बटर चिकन, दाल मखनी, बटर
क्या
चिकन.
है शूट मी डेड. एंड जो भरवा करेले थे उनको खा के आंसू आ गए. आज सुबह भी मेरे को उन्हीं के सपने आ रहे हैं. माय दादी मेड द बेस्ट करेलास I'd ever eaten, but Muzaffar Saab's recipe 2 notches higher. Dadi, forgive me, but you know that's the magic of India. मेरा बेटा है वरदान मारवा. Always tell him, Vardhan, shoot me dead the day I think I've learnt everything. In the Upanishads and the Vedas, there is no ritual. ना पूजा है, ना पाठ है, ना यज्ञ है. It's consciousness.
बटर चिकन, दाल मखनी, बटर
क्या है?
चिकन.
It's like the McDonald's of Indian food.
Right.
We need to go beyond that.
Beyond that. So तुम इतना जो मुस्कुरा रहे हो, क्या गम है जिसको छुपा रहे हो?
जगजीत सिंह की याद दिला दी आपने.
Welcome back to another episode of the Grain Talk Show. Our guest today is none other than Michelin star chef, author, educator, public speaker, and Indian Express columnist Suvir Saran. In the prime of his life, Chef Suvir created Devi, his restaurant in New York, which got the first Michelin star for any non-North European restaurant in North America. His desire of serving food of the length and breadth of India has made him an internationally acclaimed chef. His food, recipes, life journey and columns have been featured in various international newspapers like the New York Times, the Washington Post and so many others. Chef Suvir, it's such an honor for us to have you at the Grain Talk Show.
The honor is entirely mine, Shruti. What a gorgeous restaurant Grain is, and what a beautiful city, and what you and Kavish have done is going to put Amritsar in a delicious map of culinary exploration. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Chef. It means a lot to me that you are here. Thank you. Okay, Chef, just tell me, how did the love for cooking happen at a young age, and what is food to you?
You know, food is sustenance. Food is hope. Food is a connection we share with the planet. My grandmother would wake up around 5, I would say, and start doing her puja part, which she told me was dhong. And I said, फिर आप क्यों करती हैं ढोंग? तो she said, Baba, this is mythology.
अच्छा.
It is our tradition. इसको याद रखना है.
दादी और नानी?
दादी.
दादी, okay.
And she said, इसको याद रखना है. फिर आप इसको ढोंग कह रही हैं. तो she said, क्योंकि ये एक छड़ी है, एक वॉकिंग स्टिक है. अगर हम इसको भूल जाएंगे, हम बिना होप के रहेंगे. ऐसे पर आप मेरे को गीता का उच्चारण देती हैं. गीता कहती है, अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च. अद्वेष्ट, विदाउट डुअलिटी, कि इस दुनिया में कोई और है ही नहीं, दूसरा नहीं है, हम लोग सब एक हैं. सर्वभूतानां, इन द एंटायर प्लैनेट. भूतान मैत्रः करुण एव च. बी लाइक अ कंपैशनेट मदर, वेलकम एवरीबडी एज इक्वल टू यू. मैत्रः करुण, निर्ममो निरहंकार, विदाउट मोह, विदाउट अहंकार. निर्ममो निरहंकार, सम दुख सुख क्षमी. दुख और सुख में सबको क्षमा करो, एक रहो. Equipoise. So she would begin with that and then feed the birds. चिड़ियों को खाना देती थी, रोटियां. ना से ये क्या कर रही है दादी? तो सीधे ऊपर वाले को जाके देती हैं. तो ऐसे वो भी आपने कहा झूठ है. कहती हाँ, हमें नहीं पता कौन है ऊपर वाला, बट सोचते हैं वो इमेजेस राम की, लक्ष्मण जी की, कृष्ण जी की, माँ की. कहती ये सब कहानियाँ हैं, पर अगर उन कहानियों के जरिए से आप आगे पहुंच सकते हो, why not?
Why not?
So we are feeding those bigger creatures to try to become like them. So she said, you are what you eat. So from that young age, I knew the importance of what we put in our mouths. I don't follow my own rules of eating well, but I try to. And I realized that what you eat can make your mood better, can make your health better, and make you a better human being. And in cooking foods that everybody ate, we all became one. बिखरे बिखरे तारे हैं हम, लेकिन झिलमिल एक हैं, हम सब भारतीय हैं. So she taught me these kahanis, and that was my connection to food. Christian, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, all the foods united us as one.
So this was inherited, I mean, the love for food, or you developed it? Was it there's a consciousness going towards creating recipes, or what was it like?
So our home, we were vegetarian. हम लोग कायस्थ थे, जो लोग मीट बहुत शौक से खाते थे. But my dadi married a कायस्थ who was Radha Swami from Agra, not the Punjab के Radha Swami. The original Radha Swami was in Swami Bagh in Agra. तो मीट नहीं, शराब नहीं, कुछ संत लोग के बिहेव करना, बोरिंग. And my dadi married that kind of a man. So my dadaji was a Radha Swami. So we still loved food. Vegetarian food, when you want to make it delicious, takes a lot of effort. It takes thoughtfulness, mindfulness, creativity, and sweat. So at our table, सुबह हम जब उठते थे, रात को बता दिया था ब्रेकफास्ट क्या खाना है, बट सुबह टिफिन में क्या जाएगा, लंच क्या खाएंगे, लंच के बाद आप आफ्टरनून स्नैक क्या लोगे, इवनिंग स्नैक क्या लेंगे, फिर डिनर क्या. वी वर ऑब्सेस्ड अबाउट फूड फ्रॉम द ग्रैंड मदर डाउन. And people would come बेशुमार हमारे घर पे लोग आते रहे.
So you would keep hosting.
Keep hosting, open door. Yeah. We never had a lock. We still don't have locks in our home in Delhi. People would just show up. Yeah. And what would you do? Feed them good food, vegetarian food. And it was an abundance of love, affection and blessings. जिस घर पे खाना बेशुमार आप खिला सकते हैं, दुआएं मिलती रहती हैं.
Right.
So food was an integral part of our life.
And I've also heard जिस घर में guesting होती है, it's a very lucky house.
It's a blessing. I agree. कि लोग जब आपको अपना समय दे रहे हैं, अपना वक्त दे रहे हैं, अपनी सोच दे रहे हैं, अपनी मोहब्बत दे रहे हैं, how lucky are you to have that positivity in your life? So food was the glue that kept us all together.
Yes. And you are 3 siblings.
We are 3. I'm the youngest, and my father was very scared I'll become a bad, spoilt young brat. So I was made to wait. I was fed last. I would be given all the gifts at the end. And sometimes my mother would feel badly that ये बच्चा वेट कर रहा है. सारी फैमिली 100 से ज़्यादा लोग टपक जाते थे एक फैमिली इवेंट के लिए, और मैं आखिरी वाला होता था जिसको खाना मिलता था. And my mother, as a mother, would be like, oh my God, why are we making him suffer?
Yes.
But it made me stronger. Yes. I didn't become the spoiled brat, but I was the most loved child. Because
the
my
pampered
parents,
one?
Not pampered, the forgiven one. So my mother was very tough on my sister, the first child, because they were learning how to be a parent.
Absolutely.
My brother had an easier sail.
Yeah.
With me, they never cared. They knew जो होएगा होएगा.
हो जाएगा.
They were bindas parents. I would never ask कहाँ जा रहे हो, कब आओगे, क्यों.
Right.
I had to question and police myself.
Right.
My parents believed in me. They'd learned that parenting is a job
process
that comes with no job description, no manual, no return policy.
You just maneuver your thing. Yeah.
You carry forward.
Yes. So, Chef, you left India and went to the US at a very young age, at the age of 20. So, how difficult or easy it was for you at that age to adjust to new people, new environment, absolutely, a new country, new culture. You adapted well or you had to struggle?
So, I began with the Gita Ka 12th chapter where I said, Samadukha Sukha Kshami. Was my life easy in Manhattan? I came there in 1993 at the age of 20. I was a brown man speaking with a lisp. I was a gay man in a straight world. I was a curry head in a country that hated smelly, spicy foods. So everything about me was a negative. But I had hopes, I had dreams. I had left home wanting to do something with my life. How could I go back? So the Gita, my grandmother, my parents, all of humanity, everybody that gave me even a hint of a smile, I took that as a big welcome. And in my head, even the negatives were affirmation that I exist. So sometimes in life, you have to deal with the cards dealt to you, and you make the most of them by reading into them, not with negativity, with a positive outlook. So when people would be mean, I would forgive them for having had a rough day. I would say, I want that forgiveness.
You were always forgiving? Were you?
I'm not forgiving. I want forgiveness. So I have to give people what I want. It wasn't a choice about forgiving the other. I had to see in the moods, the ups and downs of the other, my own mirror image. I had to see kindness in hatred. I had to see hope in despair. I had to see love in hate. I had to see mercy in mistakes, because I commit all of those acts.
But Chef, it's at that age, it's very difficult to be so accepting of negativity. It is the age where you just want to bounce back. You will not rationalize. So were you always the calm-headed guy?
My mother had 3 children. My sister Seema, the limit. And she does challenge every limit posed by life and family and friends and work. My brother was named Samir, the gentle breeze.
Yes.
So he's this bulldog of a man that the Prime Minister and Foreign Minister and the world looks at as a man who brings the world together and challenges people to do better. But he is the gentle breeze. And mera naam rakha tha Suvir. So at the age of 12, I was prettier than most girls in my school. They thought, tikhe nainak hai, gora chitta hai, ye sab hai. And everybody would say, kitna sundar ladka hai. And my mother would say, bahut brave ladka hai. And when I arrived in New York, that Suvir, the brave warrior, was put to use. And what option did I have? There was no Instagram, there was no WhatsApp, There was, to call a person in India was hundreds of dollars a month, which I didn't have in my student life, in my student wallet and budget. I had to do what I had to do to survive. And survival makes us the best version of ourselves.
Yes.
And through falling and standing up again, we learn to live. And that's what life is.
Bilkul.
That the ups and downs in their entirety, in the wholeness of them, in the totality of them, make us who we are.
Yes.
If you don't have the downs, we are not a happy person. And if you aren't happy, the sadness is wasted. So we have to be both.
Chef, very profound. Difficult, you know, like if I see from your perspective and if I see from my perspective, I know 20-year-olds now. So today they don't have the patience, they don't have the resilience, but it's really commendable that at that age, I think there was a lot of influence of your dadi in your life.
Dadi, Bhua, Phupaji, mom, dad, we grew up in an India where families were still together. I think the kids of today aren't different. The parents have changed. We live in an Insta world where even the parents want gratification. My parents let us be. Lack of WhatsApp and connectivity made me find my parents in me, made me, you know, Muktanand said, देखो घाट ही में हरि का निवास है रे, तूने बाहर तलाश अनेकों किए, लेकिन खुद ही में प्यारे को भूल गए, वो तो करता पुकार हर सांस है रे. That, you know, to see the divine presence, to see my family, my loved ones, my friends, I had to just breathe. And with that breath, I would realize they're all with me. I couldn't see them on a phone or a video call. But in breathing and going in, the answers were there. Of course, that raises more questions. Who am I? Why am I? मेरे पास इतना पैसा क्यों जब एक आदमी इतना गरीब है? वो काले आदमी को अमेरिका में क्यों इतने थप्पड़ पड़ते हैं? तो मेरी मिसरी बहुत कम हो जाती थी. When I saw the other as an equal human and saw that they were being treated even worse than I was.
Absolutely.
मेरा क्या रोना?
Right. Okay, Chef, how did Devi happen and what did the Michelin star title do to you at that age? How was the high of the title?
So, you know, I went to study graphic design, art history, became a retailer, a buyer for home furnishings at Bergdorf Goodman, the temple of fashion in the world, became merchandising director for Henry Bendel and their stores, became a cooking teacher, then became a chef. A series of accidents made me all of these things. In my head, I always wanted to be either a Hindustani classical vocalist, Shastriya Sangeet ka gaane wala, or a doctor, veterinarian or a medical doctor. And yahan dekhiye main bawarchi bana hua. So accidents led me to becoming a chef at Devi.
Right.
I found the Indian food that India was eating at restaurants in the 1990s and the world was eating in Indian restaurants globally, an aberration, an embarrassment, apology for the myriad dishes, foods that our Indian homes have every day. So that irked me, that embarrassed me, that shamed me. And I would I have to show people that glorious face of Indian cuisine where local khana, seasonal khana, regional khana, light cooking, healthy cooking, all comes at once. You don't have to think healthy, our food is healthy. Ghar ka khana, सूखी सब्जी, दाल, चावल, इतना बढ़िया है अपनी सेहत, हमारी सेहत के लिए कि हम भूल जाते हैं कि हमें कोई गोरों को कॉपी नहीं करना for healthy cooking.
Absolutely.
So when I started cooking these dishes at home and fed Indians and non-Indians these dishes that Dadi had had a Maharaj Panditji cook for our home, Nani and my mother would cook on occasion, people would say, oh my God, this is the best food we've eaten. So Gora, Indian, brown, beige, sab aa jate the. And they would say, oh my God, ye kya khana hai, lazeez hai, behatareen hai, and all the adjectives would flow. But that led somebody to say, cater kar de party. Then I catered the first Indian dinner at Carnegie Hall for India's 50th anniversary of freedom. Many chefs applied. I got that gig. So my dessert for that, which was a mango passion fruit sorbet served inside a orange, and then with a nest of peels from the mango and eggs made out of pomegranate seeds, became the cover of New York Magazine.
Wow.
And Zagat called me the hottest caterer in New York City, the most gourmet city of the planet. I was barely 25, 26-year-old. And I'd never done training in food. Next thing, a man gave me money, Rakesh Agarwal, a man who had many Baluchi restaurants in New York, said, tum restaurant kholo. We named it Devi. And in the guidebook, Michelin Guide came to America in 2007, I believe. We were 18 restaurants that got a Michelin star. Devi was one of them. And what did I get a high from it? No, I had to protect myself from not falling with ego and fame killing the passion and the dream. So, of course, many more diners came to eat, but the responsibility of doing right by India and India's cuisine became a greater compulsion and a vocation and a obsession. And I think India is still serving terrible food at restaurants where we serve desi khana.
Internationally?
Nationally.
Nationally.
International, our chefs have done better because they're being challenged by Indians of greater consciousness and non-Indians who want the home food of India. But nationally, till butter chicken, dal makhani, paneer makhani, and biryani and dosa and idli are the definition of what India's cuisine is. We are a nation of miserable food lovers who will never get a Michelin guide or good health in their life. Because all over, people celebrate a plethora of foods and dishes which are whole, which are mindfully prepared, with fresh ingredients, correct ingredients, honest ingredients, with health and sustainability as being a very important part of that practice of cooking. We've forgotten that. We are the mother of invention in good cookery, in good culture, in good thinking. Hamara Ayurveda, hamari yoga, hamare shastra, they teach us to be human before Hindu, human before healthy, human before dhong. Our humanity we've forgotten, and we need to own it back. So and that's when we'll become amazing.
Right, right. So you feel many Indian dishes have not gotten their due.
You know, I was at Muzaffar and Meera Ali's home, the man who directed Umrao Jan.
Yes, yes.
And Muzaffar Saab had an iftar party day before yesterday. So that was the last meal before I ate before coming to Amritsar. And at that party, there was a full buffet of vegetarian khana for Navratri and the iftar khana at another buffet. So they'd honored both traditions of India, the Ganga Jamni Tehzeeb. And jo भरवा करेले थे उनको खा के आंसू आ गए आज सुबह भी मेरे को उन्हीं के सपने आ रहे हैं. My dadi made the best karelas I'd ever eaten, but Muzaffar Saab's recipe 2 notches higher. Dadi, forgive me, but you know that's the magic of India. When my dadi made bharwa tinda, zimikan ke kofte, kathal ki biryani and gatte ki sabzi, besan ki katli, mangochi, mangori. When these foods make it to a restaurant, a cuisine has come of age. People are proud in their heritage.
Yes.
They're not just being maimed by butter and sugar and ghee.
And butter chicken, dal makhani.
This was a food of convenience.
Yes.
Not of sustenance, not of hope and tomorrows, not of good health and new beginnings. These are almost, it's like the McDonald's of Indian food.
Right.
We need to go beyond that.
Beyond that. Beautiful. So you are a writer, educator, chef, public speaker. You know, there are so many feathers in your cap. But I read in one of your interviews that your role as an educator gives you the greatest pleasure. So tell me something about this passion of educating people and putting your perspective out there.
You know, Shruti, it's not about me educating. When I teach, I learn. I learn my shortcomings. I learn the narrowness of my own education, tutelage, and what I've absorbed from life. Because when you have a student that challenges what you know, that can't grasp or understand what you are sharing, you realize how you have been failed by your own self. You understand the smallness of your curiosity. You understand the lack of depth in your words. You understand the lack of empathy in the suffering, in the difference, in the inability of another to understand what you're saying. So you understand how you need to grow, you need to evolve. And then often there are students, there are moments, there are revelations that make you learn new tricks, that make you grow infinitely more in a second. And those moments color you, brighten your existence, and alter the course of your life in ways nothing else can. And that's my obsession with teaching, that I learn. Every time I sit to give a class, stand to teach, do a cooking demo, I'm learning. How a dish that I'm teaching in a certain city, in another altitude, in an environment very remotely different from the vegetables I've ever grown or eaten, I learn कि उसमें कितना पानी है सब्जी में, उसको भूनेंगे कैसे ज़्यादा. आज इसमें पानी कम है तो इसको कम भूनना है. कैरमलाइज कितनी देर तक करनी है, वो कॉपर का पैन है, कांसे का है या लोहे का है या स्टेनलेस स्टील का है, वो टेम्परेचर कैसे रिएक्ट कर रहा है उस सब्जी के साथ. वी लर्न. So when you're aware, when you're with coming to a moment with open eyes, with ears that hear, with a body and flesh that can feel, you learn. And that's what a good teacher does. They're ready to learn, not just to teach. Lecture तो बहुत लोग दे देंगे, पर आपको साथ-साथ सीखना भी है.
Right. Or the willingness to learn होना is very.
You have to be a student for life.
Yes.
जिस दिन मैं वो नहीं हूँगा, मैं अपने मेरा बेटा है वरदान मारवा, my शागिर्द and now my partner in business. I always tell him, Vardhan, shoot me dead the day I think I've learnt everything. Because, we have to be, again, it goes back to the Vedanta. In the Upanishads and the Vedas, there is no ritual. Na puja hai, na path hai, na yajna hai. It's consciousness. It's about becoming a pujari of life, a pujari of knowledge.
Learning.
A pujari of making sure all are equal. That is India. Where there's nobody is another. वो हमारे संत कबीर ने भी कहा, गुरु नानक देव जी ने भी कहा, हमारी जो ग्रंथ है, the Upanishads and the Vedas and the Gita are very global. That's why the enlightened of the world, whether it was Henry David Thoreau or Emerson, they were not Christian, they were not Muslim, they were not Jewish. They became Hindu. Because in becoming Hindu, they were one with the world, one with the planet, one with self, one with the other. There was no duality. There was directness of oneness. Ek Omkar, Advait, Advesht. Nobody is the other.
ये spiritual side कब आया? या you read a lot of Vedas or you read Gita. Yes, there's a lot of spirituality in whatever you have said till now. So ये how did this happen? धीरे धीरे के अंदर से शुरू से ही you were like this.
बूंद बूंद सो घट भरे टपकत रीतो होए. So every drop that you hear in Indian families, growing up with a grandmother who did puja every day, calling it dhong, not calling it religion.
Right.
She called it dogma. She called it not necessary.
Dogma, yes.
Not necessary. Calling it a walking stick. But she said, बात है कि आपको चलना है. बुरा अच्छा वो आते जाते रहेंगे. हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख नॉइज, वो एक रास्ता एक है. तुम ऐसे करके जाओ, झूम के जाओ, इस हाईवे से जाओ, उस हाईवे से जाओ. We're all headed to one place.
Right.
Death and freedom from what we are today. You can look at it positive or negative, but we have to. There's no choice given. We have to go. आए हैं तो जाएंगे राजा रंग फकीर. एक सिंहासन चढ़ी चले दूजे बंदे जजीर. And Kabir then took it to another level. जब इस जग में पग धरो, सब हंसे तुम रोए. ऐसी करनी कर चलो, सब रोए तुम हंसो. That leads such a life that when you die, everybody is crying that a good soul has been taken away. But you go smiling कि जब आप शीशे में लास्ट चेहरा देखा, वो इंसान को आप रिस्पेक्ट करते हो. So you have to live. So that isn't taught. It is felt, महसूस की जाती है वो. तो ये religion नहीं है, ये इंसानियत है, ये ह्यूमैनिटी है, ये डिग्निटी है कि आप दूसरे को वो दे जो आप अपने लिए चाहते हैं, उनको ऐसे रिस्पेक्ट करें जैसे आप अपने लिए चाहते हैं. इन द बाइबल दे कॉल इट द गोल्डन रूल, दैट डू अनटू अदर्स एज यू वांट डन टू यू. व्हेन यू लिव लाइक दैट, यू डोंट नीड टू बी रिलीजियस. Religion flows through you. It's not taught, it's lived, and that is the essence of Hinduism. It's not a religion of practice and ritual. It's a lived religion.
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life.
So, Chef, at the age of 46, when you were running high on life and at the peak of your career, you fell really ill and you lost the desire to live. Brief us about your turning the tide of illness to a new lease of life and your mother's role in your recovery.
So I think I was, 44, 45, 46 were tough years. I was in the peak of my game. We'd opened a restaurant, Tapestry. That was, I can't pick favorites amongst the children I've had, which are recipes, books, restaurants. But this was a labor of love. And Tapestry in Manhattan. I lived literally 2 blocks away, and I was there almost 15 to 18 hours a day, touching guests, cooking, creating, sharing, watching people smile. And then I had a transient ischemic attack, a mini stroke. And I went legally blind for 18 months, lost control of memory or lost memory for 21 months. And mostly was giving up my desire to live. I became
You got completely blind, or, I mean...
3 feet from one eye, nothing from the left eye.
Oh.
So that's called legally blind. And my phone became my best friend because in clicking photographs, I could see मैं कहाँ हूँ. But more importantly, I didn't know मैं कौन हूँ. कि जब अंधा हो जाता है आदमी, मेरे जैसा आदमी, I'm very weak and a small man, I guess. I was a miserable man. That with all the blessings I've had in my life, I was crying. I was giving up on life. I was broken. I was challenged in being blind. And my mother, I remember telling me one night, Baba, why are you so worried? Just chill, relax. You need a sabbatical from life and living as you know it. कोई ज़रूरत नहीं कुछ करने की. Don't lose hope. This is when I couldn't even speak. She's telling me this. Because I would keep crying all day long. I would cry. She didn't know why I was crying, but I guess she knew. Because she said to me, why are you so defeated? There's tomorrow. There's hope. And one of those times when she said this, I said to myself, what a horrible human being I am. Here I think I'm such a great human being. और मैं अंधा होके टूट गया हूँ. जो लोग असली में पैदा होते हैं ब्लाइंड, जिनको इरिवर्सिबल ब्लाइंडनेस हो जाती है, वो हर सुबह उठ के ग्रैटिट्यूड दिखाते हैं, काम पे जाते हैं, हंसते हैं, दुनिया के लिए कुछ करके दिखाते हैं. और मैं रो रहा हूँ जब मैं पलंग भी है, रूफ भी है, खाना भी मिल रहा है, लोग ध्यान भी रख रहे हैं, डॉक्टर के पास भी जा रहा हूँ और मैं रो रहा हूँ. When that happened, I started believing in my mother, in my bhabhi Smita. Rahul Bhaiya and my bhabhi Smita became my anchors with my mother. I went to cook every day. My bhabhi would pretend I'm teaching her. But I would stand next to the stove. She would hold my hand with one hand. She would hold my hand with the other, stir the pot. And through scent, smell, the little I could see, I would teach her at least 1 or 2 or maybe 3 recipes a day for the better part of 2 years. And in that the ability to be able to do something, I felt that there was hope. I felt I was not all lost. And I also realized that I had to be so grateful that I had so much more than so many, and I didn't need to be that spoiled brat who was complaining and giving up on life, a miracle, a blessing, when nothing had really happened. And of course, 18 months later, sight came back. 21 months later, I could finish the songs I wasn't able to finish. Because all through the sickness, when I couldn't speak, some days my mother tells me for a day, 2, 3, 5 or 10 days, I'd be singing a song till I could find one more word, and then maybe 3 weeks later complete it. So that challenge became a joyous ride. And in retrospect, now I'm unafraid today. Because when I've seen death so closely, when I've failed myself and been failed by life, I've understood how irrelevant we are.
Why do you say, I failed myself?
I became a crybaby. क्या बड़ी बात हुई? लोगों के ऊपर और बहुत बड़े पहाड़ गिरते हैं और वो तभी भी हंस हंस के आगे जाते हैं. फूलों को तो देखो कांटों में हंस हंस के गुजारा करते हैं. You have to understand कितना कुछ भी नहीं हुआ.
बहुत बड़ी बात है शेफ. It's like, definitely losing your vision. So even if you were whining, so it's human.
No, but in losing my vision, I became one with me. So I'm very happy I lost it. I'm very happy I was a crybaby. And I'm very happy that I had the mother I had who was tough and gave me tough but peerless love. Yes. Who was pushing me to the right moment.
Yes.
And also being the mother who consoled. When I would cry, I would sleep in a bed. She said, ऊपर रहना है with nurses और नीचे मेरे साथ. We had body language that could understand what she was saying. नीचे रहा उनके साथ. So she at 75 was taking care of a 45-year-old son. And she had to be a mother to an infant. I was worse than an infant. Infants stopped crying. They cry for a moment or 2 or half an hour, whatever.
Yes.
I would cry for hours. And she still smiled, took me out, wasn't embarrassed, put me at the dining table with the likes of Shashi Tharoor coming and eating at the table, and I'm crying and doing whatever. She wasn't ashamed of her son, embarrassed by him. She made me connect to the world, as broken as I was, because she knew there will be a tomorrow. This too shall pass. Again, the Vedantic way of believing कि ये ऊपर वाले ने अगर करा है वही solution देगा. हमें आगे बढ़ना है साथ-साथ.
So I think it's because of your mom, definitely, that you sailed through it.
Totally. And I'm very grateful that it happened because I became more me and I understand the privilege that I have as a human with this good luck to be on the talk show by the Grain. And कितने lucky हैं हम लोग, क्यों हम रोना रोते हैं?
बिल्कुल. Yeah, we always
we've all read
complaining. Yeah.
the grass is greener on the other
Other
side, but we
side.
don't really think about it. I saw it come into action. And in seeing it being propelled into the other side of both misery and greatness, I now know that I only have to look at it with joy. I
So
have
you
so
feel
much.
कि दुख में you got the
दुख में सिमरन, सुख में सिमरन, सब करे, दुख में करे ना कोई.
हाँ.
तो वो हो गया.
वो किया.
एंड आई डोंट थिंक मैंने किया, मुझे दुनिया ने कराया. मदर ने कराया, भाभी ने कराया. एंड इट वाज एन अवेकनिंग.
It was an awakening.
So I think it's and my story, I hope, can inspire somebody to just believe that we need to believe in awakenings.
Yes.
Because we are lucky to have what we have. And we must give others a lot more than we do, because in being lost in our own world, even when we have plenty,
Yes.
we don't realize that it's very important to help one another. My mother helped me, friends and neighbors helped me. They became elders, caregivers, providers, champions, supporters. And I can't forget that it takes a village to raise a child. It took a nation and others to bring me back to life. I had friends in many continents that my mother flew me to, who gave me 1 week of Florence, a week of Singapore with a cousin. That made me think मैं गया नहीं हूँ.
कुछ नहीं
चलो
हुआ,
wheelchair
हो
में जा
जाएगा.
रहा हूँ, चल रहा हूँ with help. But है, जिंदा हूँ, अभी
जिंदा
जान
हूँ.
है, सांस है. उसके लिए grateful रहो.
बिल्कुल. Yes, chef. Chef, I've always seen you chirpy, always full of life, positive and vivacious. But, you know, I can sense there's a little despair, or there's a little hidden pain behind those, you know, twinkling eyes. So, तुम इतना जो मुस्कुरा रहे हो, क्या गम है जिसको छुपा रहे हो?
जगजीत सिंह की याद दिला दी आपने. डिस्पेयर नहीं है, पेन बहुत है. I've been blessed with a lot of suffering, physical suffering, from medical conditions from young age. And I don't think of them as melancholy, I don't think of them as despair, I don't think of them as a curse.
But pain?
Pain is also my nasha. It is my my voice when I sing notes, and I can reach higher notes than a lot of other trained singers. Pain is that. When I cook, and if you think my food is tasty, pain is that. My words in my column that people claim to love, that I get messages for when I don't write a column on a particular Sunday at the Indian Express, those are pain. My desire to look like a chamak challo I told you this morning is pain. I have to entertain myself. I have to distract myself. I have to know that pain is one part of my life. There's a lot more to life. And so I think, so you're very astute in seeing ki behind that noise, behind the bluster, the bravado.
The vivaciousness of...
Vivacious, pata nahi main hu ki nahi. I think I'm as
Bilkul
old
hai.
as a rock. But the distractions are by design.
By desire.
Yeah, design. Because they're totally made up. I'm happiest alone. I'm happiest reading a book. I'm happiest writing 50,000 words without a break on the computer, singing one rag for 5 hours. That, to be in a balcony or a terrace, to sing under the stars, 5, 6, 7 hours, I can keep going. That is my way of owning my pain. The rest, all of this tamasha, is a tamasha. Tamasha hai tamasha. Tamasha hi hai.
Could you sing something for us?
मैं आप अपनी तलाश में हूँ, मेरा कोई रहनुमा नहीं है, वो क्या दिखाएंगे राह मुझको, जिन्हें खुद अपना पता नहीं है. मैं आप अपनी तलाश में हूँ. ये तेरे मंदिर, ये तेरे मस्जिद, ये बुत परस्ती, ये सजदा गही, इन्हीं में तेरे खुदा का घर है, इन्हीं में तेरे खुदा का घर है, तो इनमें मेरा खुदा नहीं है, मैं आप अपनी तलाश में हूँ. So that's the story of my life.
सीखा है?
Now 40 plus years.
सीख रहे हो?
सीख रहे हैं.
सीखते रहे हो.
सीख रहे हैं, अभी भी सीख रहे हैं. एंड इसमें कितनी बढ़िया लाइन बोली है कि ये तेरे मंदिर, ये तेरे मस्जिद, ये बुत परस्ती, पूजा पाठ, ये सजदा गई, बेंडिंग इन द मॉस्क. अगर इन्हीं में तेरे खुदा का घर है तो इनमें मेरा खुदा नहीं है. बिकॉज माई गॉड इज इन दैट स्मॉल कि उनको एक पिंजरे में डाल सकते हो. तो ये कहानी है ज़िंदगी की, और ये वेदांत की कहानी है कि द वर्ल्ड इज़ योर टेम्पल, योर एक्शंस आर योर टेम्पल, योर ड्रीम्स आर योर टेम्पल, your what you do, your actions, they become the God. God can't be defined by you and me and a pujari and a party and a ragi and a mullah and a pandit and a padri. कैसे? वो भी तो इंसान है. So you have to allow yourself to know that your creator is beyond your grasp.
Is beyond, yes, yes. आप spiritual talks देना शुरू कर दो. I mean, you are a public speaker, but I think you can just do it. I mean, it's endless. You are an ocean of spirituality.
Boond. We're all
No,
oceans.
no,
I'm just literally, Shruti, we make mortals into messiahs. That is where we fail each other. Because we are all equal. We are all just as broken. Ambani, Adani and Saran are all equal. पैसे के साथ खुशी नहीं मिलती और खुशी पैसा नहीं लाती. So you have to understand that even the richest have dard. That
Yes.
you notice in my eyes.
yes.
Mrs. Ambani must have million dards that she bravely is hiding. Money doesn't guarantee success or peace or
Or
happiness or fulfillment or health.
बिल्कुल.
So everybody has the same dard. Then they're all oceans of positive and negative.
Right.
And we make some into heroes. और फिर वो गिरते हैं, फिर हम उनको ये कैसे हुआ?
हाँ.
क्योंकि है ही नहीं कोई hero. We are all
Yeah.
zero. And that is the reality. If we treat each other as zero and equal, there's no dard. Because we are then all living and understand that we are all broken bits and bobs of magic.
So, Chef, this is our rapid fire round. You have to be really quick with your answers. One-liners or one sentence. That's it. Okay? Ready?
I am.
Okay. The first question is, if you could eat only one dish for the rest of your life, only one dish, what would it be?
Dal chawal or pasta?
Or pasta. Better? Dal chawal or pasta?
Both.
Both. Okay, your favorite childhood memory?
Chidiya being fed food by Dadi.
Okay. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Ek omkar.
Profound. Right. Okay. Other than you, your favorite chef?
All the home cooks of the world.
Right. Okay, your biggest regret in life?
Not having stayed blind longer.
Oh, don't do that. Okay. If you could relive a part of your life, which one would it be?
Our years in Nagpur as a family where we lived for 3 years. I was innocent, I was 5-year-old. Even ice cream could make me dance and sing for my parents and do anything they wanted.
Oh. Chef, thank you so much for being a part of our show. It was such a wholesome experience, such a spiritual talk I had. I mean, I could have just cried and cried listening to you. It
Itna bura bola.
इतना अच्छा बोला और इतना warm और it was so profound and it was so soul stirring that I still have goosebumps. Thank you, Chef Suvir. It means the world to me that Chef Suvir Saran, the Chef Suvir Saran, is on our humble grain talk show. It means the world to me. I'm saying it again. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. And it's not a humble talk show. And I'm not Chef Suvir Saran. वो तो एक कुछ है. I'm just Suvir. I'm just a normal human being. And thank you for making time for me.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you so much. Thanks. All right, folks, that's a wrap for today's episode. See you all very soon for another amazing episode of The Grain Talk Show. Until then, stay tuned, stay fueled, lots of love.